Hey, what's up, guys? Alright, so a little PSA here. I would recommend holding off on buying War for the Overworld if you were interested in it. Despite the positive reviews on Steam, there was a bit of a wave of negative ones, and some of them are still there. This is mainly because, now the game is good, from what I've played so far. I'm in like the third mission, I'm about to get into the By the way, they do have the original voice actor from the original Dungeon Keeper. War for the Overworld is basically a spiritual successor to Dungeon Keeper. I'll give you more of an in-depth analysis on that when I start the video, but as for now, like what I was getting back to, the game is quite buggy. It's good, but it's buggy. So let me give you an example. Well, actually, better off talking. So like this is so far this mission in and of itself is going relatively fine, but before when I started, I had to restart this mission once from the beginning, which is this one now, and before that I constantly kept reloading save points, and it kept giving me the same bug, sometimes new ones. So what happens in this level is you're supposed to defend your area until the enemy runs out of waves to send at you, and then you attack them. So I'm about to do that, but I'm holding off just so I can get to this point. By the way, you might notice some really bad like underscore like incomplete tooltips like right here, like you'd see like prop barracks, prop type secondary. It's not. It's that's not we're not supposed to see that. That's the code's not complete. But anyway, I was encountering several bugs in that other one. One of which was when I actually right now look, I'm like clicking. There's a secondary mode for these traps. Sometimes they work, sometimes they just don't. So right now I'm trying to activate it. It's not turning green. Now if I can find another one over here, because it was just working. See, this is working. It's not because he's like, watch, I'll just get him out of there. See, nothing's working. Also, in that last game, the impasse flag stopped working all of a sudden when I disabled it. Now and then another thing on top of that too, the impasse flag basically blocks imps from going to certain areas of the map, so they don't get killed because they're your worker force. They kind of automatic. It's a very automated game, but it's still very fun. So another thing is when I was trying to place down a trap. Now watch this. It won't let me do it here specifically because of the impasse flag, but it doesn't make any sense. It's also showing I have an invalid amount of gold, but when I do it like this, it's not very clear. And even then, sometimes I'm able to place these things inside these within the field, and it shouldn't even matter if it's in the field or not, and they should explain it if that is the case, because I'm just putting down the plans. I mean, you can already, like, let's say, okay, so this is an impasse area. This is all, well, okay, actually, let's, different example. Let's do this. Yeah, let me show you. So, like, this entire area is basically blocked off. The only way to you can't even get over here normally. So, you can't even get right here, okay? So, look, but I can still designate spots to mine. They won't go there, of course, because I have the flags, but I can still queue it up. Here, it doesn't make any sense. I should be able to queue this up and then be able to remove the flag. And it shouldn't tell me, like, a cross over the gold. That's confusing. It makes me feel like there's... Is this in itself a bug or something? I don't know. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so I'm going to assume it is. It's really annoying. Sometimes the AI gets all finicky and they don't have good pathfinding. They don't do exactly what I want them to do, which is the problem. Kind of the problem the original one had, but I expect it to be more fixed. Now, actually, I saved the game, so let's we actually go to the main menu. There's other features that are incomplete. Now, they said they're going to patch this, but without going off into a rant, I'm really sick of early access games coming out, and they're just not finished, and they say, oh, we'll update it later. And, like, what happens most of the time, this might be different, but most of the time, they're like, oh, well, I mean, we did say we'll patch it maybe a bit after launch. Just give us some more time, and then, like, we get a couple bug fixes, and the game's nowhere complete to what it was originally promised to be. Now, that being said, War for the Overworld has more talented people behind it. than most games, and it was backed by a Kickstarter. I'm pretty sure they released it because they just flat out ran out of money, and they're going to just get the release money to build more content. Excuse me, more content. So, yeah, some modes are going to come later in the year. So, campaign right now is complete, but it's buggy, of course. Skirmish has only 3 maps, and there are 2 players. Survival mode is not exactly done, and multiplayer is non-functional. It's just a placeholder. Well, kind of. I haven't really tested it, but I mean, if we can try to. And even if so, I mean, like, if you're gonna, and if it's the multiplayer's like buggy, I hear this is just a placeholder, because I mean it's not really fighting one. This is like within a week of launch. Yeah, and survival mode's coming later this year. Sandbox mode, it works fine. But survival mode, yeah, that's coming later this year. So, yeah, War for the Overworld overall is pretty buggy. There's been more reports like crashes and stuff like that. I haven't had a crash, but I've had several like areas break where the level I was just on, they would send waves to units, and then eventually he stopped sending waves, and what the guy's supposed to say is like, oh, now you shall go attack him, and it's like, he never gave me that prompt, and I destroyed the guy's main base, and nothing happened. It's supposed to, there's a scripted event that's supposed to trigger for you to even pass the level, so yeah, that wasn't fun. I wasted about probably like 45 minutes trying to figure out what was going on, reloading saves. So yeah, that wasn't fun. I will try to give you a actually not first, maybe a final impressions weeks after launch when all the content's been added, and then I'll maybe do an impressions of the DLC. The thing is, this is a little shady, because you could easily say like, oh, just get it on a Steam sale. Well, they're saying like, oh, if you buy the game within a week, you get the next campaign DLC for free. Right? It's kind of a way, they're still promising content that's like, the base game's not even finished, and they still want to promise more content for you to purchase the game immediately. They know it's not finished, yet they're doing this promotion. You have to do it by May 2nd if you want to get the next piece of DLC for free. This, of course, I believe is going to be free. This stuff right here, but there's going to be like a piece of campaign DLC that's not. So, yeah, War for the Overworld, not right now. Just wait for a Steam sale. Just don't. I mean, the DLC will probably go on sale anyway too. Alright guys, thanks for watching.